I stumbled upon that kind of thinking by accident, along with the work of Ellis, Frankl, Weeks, Claire Weeks, all of those guys in my own journey, by seeing that every anxiety symptom I was experiencing in relation to health was a complete internal rejection of reality. I did not want to even allow in for a second that there was a possibility of death. Oh yeah, I know it happens, but it's a long way away. Oh, it won't happen to me, da 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 da. Keep that back, keep that away, keep focusing on now, nice and safe in the house. It was me not facing the fact of life. Now, I wanted to come on here and really put it bluntly, as I often do, as I'm often criticised for too. Sometimes people say I'm too blunt, but it's difficult with OCD because OCD is a thing where you do need to be blunt, okay? Albert Ellis was criticised constantly for being too blunt, and I think I'm a more toned down version of how he spoke, but being blunt is important because we have to face facts of life we don't like. I have to face facts of life that I don't like. In every area I am looking to face those. So if there is ever things that I think I can harness and I can look at and make change with, I do. Because that is what development's about. It's about looking and thinking about anything you don't want to hear. So in your situation right now, whatever you are running from, whatever the OCD fear, whatever you think it is, whatever you are so scared of, whatever how rare, whatever, there is an internal rejection. There is an internal resistance to something. And to feel that and to see that shift, you notice it once you start facing it, breaking down the fears, deconstructing them. As you do that, it comes down. But because you have a wall in front of you that hasn't yet come down, you can't see what I'm talking about because you think that wall's always been there, that mental barrier. This amount of anxiety has always been there, preventing me from moving forward. So we take the emotions we're experiencing today and then pull it together. Oh my God, I'm stuck like this forever. Oh my God, I'm never going to get better. Oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. How could I ever get better? I've tried everything before. That is because that is still there. This journey was not easy. This journey was a journey that over years and years and years, I little by little had realizations that took those layers, like I described earlier, of an onion off. I was stuck in things like sensory motor OCD, utterly convinced, how could this ever stop if I'm scared of the sensation in my head, but then it's OCD pulling back on that, and I can't even see how I'm going to stop that, and it's never let up for years. When it changes, you have the eureka moment, that sudden realization that that thing that you were scared of for so long was an illusionary wall, an illusionary latching, an illusionary internal binding that was keeping you stuck. Now, when people come to me and they say, Rob, you know, I've read a lot of books on OCD, which is a huge amount of what we cover is from all those elements, but I've learnt to just leave thoughts there. I wouldn't even bother doing these videos if that was all that was needed for recovery, okay? I wouldn't even bother. Leaving thoughts there is a very important part, but you won't be able to leave thoughts there where you're absolutely convinced, oh my God, I did something 10 years ago, a real event harm OCD or something. How can I possibly leave that there? The internal cycle is telling me that I should never relax. I should never rest. I should be tortured internally in my mind forever because of that thing I may have done in the past. That's what it does. That's what it does. That's what it feels like. Every second I used to think, how can I let myself off the hook? I used to go to a gym where it was guys that were, very black and white thinking. They would have believed that anyone who committed a certain crime should be killed. People should be locked up forever. So my OCD was latched all the time to these kind of crimes.